Namo Vishnu Srimad Bhagavatham Swami Nityananda Namaste Shastra Sharmini Vishnu Bali Pashavastarina Namo Vishnu Srimad Bhagavatham Swami Nityananda Namaste Shastra Gaurvani Pacharine Vishnu Bali Pashavastarina Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sriradhe Sravani Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladana Sadayine.
Praladana Sadayine.
परम सपरिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रीला प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रीला प्रभुपाद की ओम विष्णुपाद परमं सपरिव्रजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रीला प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा मई की जय। यमुना मई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेम नंदी हरि हरि बोल। All glories to somebody devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to somebody devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to somebody devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, Hare Hare Bol. Namo Vishnupada. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauranga. Tarun, I didn't get chanting bit.
Prabhu Nityananda Sriradhe.
Okay, ready? Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sriradhe Sravani Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Good
Krishna
discussion. Everybody participated good.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi
हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय, शीला प्रपाद की जय. Was that a little too fast?
Is Robert doing better?
Sorry, I didn't get time to search for the slower one. Next time, next week I'll be
You don't get anything to think about.
No, that is good, right? Concentration. So, this is the link what Achita Priya sent.
Tomorrow.
She's the one. Be fast. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare.
All right. Nice.
Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare
Okay,
Hare.
so it's tomorrow, 4 o'clock, 2:30 time. Okay. Okay.
As you all know,
All right. Was Bruce there today?
so you all had good
Was
time.
he okay? Was he looking okay?
What was last week? Special?
Son's birthday.
Yeah. You remember. Okay. So last week, which verse we read?
Ah, that's nice. That's nice.
90. Which canto?
Oh. Okay, good.
First canto, second chapter,
All
9
right. So
verse.
we will talk tomorrow. Okay. Okay. No problem.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mathaji. So we'll continue today with verse number 20. And today's class is given by Her Grace Sriradhe Sravani Mathaji. So she's giving class for the first time. So let's all encourage her by chanting one time Hari Bol loudly. Hari Bol! Mathaji, please feel free, feel at home, because we are all family members. So it is just like a discussion, okay? Thank you. Hari Bol. Mic pattern, bro.
Possible I sit down to
No, I have to record. Sit up. Yeah, that's fine. One thing. White is better.
Hare Krishna everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much for coming and giving your valuable association. First, I will start with Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari
Yanatira Vanachari
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari
Yasodhanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So today we are going to read first canto, second chapter, 20th verse. So I will start with prayers. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswata Devyai Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Srunvatam Swakadaha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtanaha Hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidunoti suhrutsatam Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. I will recite the verse. Please repeat with me. Evam prasanna manaso
Evam prasanna manaso
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Mukta Sangasya Jayate
Mukta Sangasya Jayate
Evam prasanna manaso
Evam prasanna manaso
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Mukta Sangasya Jayate
Mukta Sangasya Jayate
Evam prasanna manaso
Evam prasanna manaso
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Mukta Sangasya Sangasya Jayate.
Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
Yeah, anyone please recite.
Evam prasanna manaso.
Evam prasanna manaso.
Bhagavad bhakti yogataha.
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha.
Bhagavad tattva vijnanam.
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam.
Mukta sangasya jayate.
Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
एवं प्रसन्न मनसो
Evam Prasanna Manaso.
भगवद् भक्ति योगतः
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha.
भगवत् तत्व विज्ञानम्
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam.
मुक्त संगस्य जायते
Mukta
Sangasya Jayate.
एवं प्रसन्न मनसो
Evam Prasanna Manaso.
भगवद् भक्ति योगतः
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha.
भगवत् तत्व
Bhagavad Tattva
विज्ञानम्
Vijnanam.
मुक्त संगस्य जायते
Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
एवं प्रसन्न मनसो
Evam Prasanna Manaso.
भगवद् भक्ति योगतः
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha.
भगवत् तत्व विज्ञानम्
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam.
मुक्त संगस्य जायते
Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
Evam prasanna manaso.
Evam Prasanna Manaso.
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha.
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha.
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam.
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam.
Mukta Sangasya Jayate.
Mukta Sangasya Jayate. Okay, I will read synonyms now. Evam thus.
Evam thus.
Prasanna enlivened.
Prasanna enlivened.
Manasaha of the mind.
Manasaha of the mind.
Bhagavad Bhakti.
Bhagavad Bhakti.
The devotional service of the Lord.
The devotional service of the Lord.
Yogataha.
Yogataha.
By contact of.
By contact of
Bhagavat.
Bhagavat.
Regarding the personality of Godhead.
Regarding the personality of Godhead.
Tattva knowledge.
Tattva knowledge.
Vijnanam scientific.
Vijnanam scientific.
Mukta liberated.
Mukta liberated.
Sangasya
Sangasya
of the association.
of the association.
Jayate
Jayate
becomes effective.
becomes effective.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Translation. Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.3 it is said that out of many thousands of ordinary men, one fortunate man endeavors for perfection in life. Mostly men are conducted by the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus they are engaged always in lust, desire, hankerings, ignorance and sleep. Out of many such man-like animals, there is actually a man who knows the responsibility of human life and thus tries to make life perfect by following the prescribed duties. And out of many thousands of such persons who have thus attained success in human life, one may know scientifically about the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 18.55, it is also said that scientific knowledge of Sri Krishna is understood only by the process of devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. If anybody want to continue, please read the purport. Second paragraph.
The very same thing is confirmed herein in the above words. No ordinary man or even one who has attained success in human life can know scientifically or perfectly the personality of Godhead. Perfection of human life is attained when one can understand that he is not the product of matter, but is in fact spirit. And as soon as one understands that he has nothing to do with matter, he at once ceases his material anklings and becomes enlivened as a spiritual being. This attainment of success is possible when one is above the modes of passion and ignorance, or in other words, when one is actually a Brahmana by qualification. A Brahmana is the symbol of Sattva-guna or the mode of goodness, and others who are not in the mode of goodness are either Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras or less than the Sudras. The Brahminical stage is the highest stage of human life because of its good qualities. So one cannot be a devotee unless one at least qualifies as a Brahmana. The devotee is already a Brahmana by action, but that is not the end of it. As referred to above, such a Brahmana has to become a Vaishnava, in fact to be actually in the transcendental stage. A pure Vaishnava is a liberated soul and is transcendental even to the position of a Brahmana. In the material stage, even a Brahmana is also a conditioned soul because although in the Brahminical stage the conception of Brahman or transcendence is realized, scientific knowledge of the Supreme Lord is lacking. One has to surpass the Brahminical stage and reach the Vasudeva stage to understand the personality of Godhead Krishna. The science of the personality of Godhead is the subject matter for study by the postgraduate students in the spiritual line. Foolish men or men with a poor fund of knowledge do not understand the Supreme Lord and they invoke Krishna according to their respective whims. The fact is, however, that one cannot understand the science of the personality of Godhead unless one is freed from the contamination of the material world, even up to the stage of a Brahmana. When a qualified Brahmana actually becomes a Vaishnava in the enlightened state of liberation, it can know what is actually the personality of Godhead.
Thank you, Mathaji. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. First, I seek permission and blessings from all the devotees here to do this for pleasure of our Guru Maharaj and Gauranga. This is completely for my purification. I humbly bow down at the lotus feet of our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada to repeat whatever I heard from them for my purification. And so first I would like to give a recap of what we covered in the previous classes. So starting from 2.17 to 21, these 5 are very important in Srimad Bhagavatam. So these verses are representing different stages in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the 17th verse, Srinvatam Svagadaha Krishna. So this verse is actually Anartha Nivritti stage. When we hear about Krishna's pastimes, so the Krishna, he is the well-wishing friend for all of us. So he cleanses all the desire for material enjoyment in our hearts. So this is Anartha Nivritti stage. And the next verse is Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam and when we serve a pure devotee, all the inauspicious things will disappear from our heart, almost. And then we become fixed in devotional service. So this verse is representing Nishtha stage. And the next verse is saying about Ruchi stage and Ruchi and Asakti. So when these inauspicious things are gone, then we come to mode of goodness. So these effects of lower modes. So what are the effects of lower modes? Can anyone say? Lust, greed, passion, all these things will be disappear from heart, and then we come to mode of goodness. So at that stage one becomes happy. So this mode of goodness is generally, it is the qualification of Brahmana. So but to understand the Supreme Lord, we have to rise above these 3 modes. we have to go to the transcendental stage, that is Suddha Sattva platform. So the today's verse is speaking about that unalloyed goodness stage, which is required to understand the Supreme Lord. So this verse is representing the Bhava stage. So here it is given in the translation, when one is established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the mind has been enlivened by contact with the devotional service. So once we come to the mode of unalloyed goodness, we become so happy. So this is the symptom of the devotee. When they come to this unalloyed goodness stage, they become happy. So in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter also, Lord Krishna says, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Anybody want to recite that verse? Samasarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhakti Labate Param. So this Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, this Brahma Bhuta stage is a self-realized stage. At this stage, they don't identify themselves with the body. They identify themselves as spirit soul. So Srila Prabhupada gave very nice example. Like in Bhagavad Gita, first Arjuna was identifying himself as a body. And because of that bodily identification, he was not ready to fight in the battle. He was thinking, how can I fight all with my relatives? But once he heard Bhagavad Gita from Supreme Lord, he came to the Brahma Bhuta stage. That bodily identification is gone and he came to the spiritual identification. Then he fought in the battle and he pleased the Lord. So, and also another example is this Ananda. It's like when Srila Prabhupada gave a nice example. When we sit alone, do we feel happy? There is no Ananda. So Ananda increases when there are so many devotees. For example, when we go to temple, when there is a big celebration, when there are hundreds of devotees, we feel so joyful. So Ananda increases with increase in the number. So that's why Supreme Lord, he expanded himself into many to enjoy that bliss more and more. So Supreme Lord has two expansions. One is primary Vishnu Tattva expansions and secondary expansions are Jiva Tattva expansions. So we all are Jiva Tattva expansions. And primary expansions are like Lord Rama, Narasimha Deva. They all have their individual identity and they have their abode in the Supreme Lord. In the Supreme, in spiritual world. Similarly, we also have our own individual identities. We all are servitor expansions. Our duty is to serve the Supreme Lord. But unfortunately, when we come to this material world, that love for Krishna is transformed into lust. But when we again do this devotional service, even a late beginner, if someone begins bhakti and at a later age also, Srila Prabhupada very nicely said in purport that lust again transforms into love. Especially the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most magnanimous incarnation because his heart is with Srimati Radharani. So that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is 1,000 times more merciful than Krishna. And our Guru Maharaj says, if we want to advance quickly in bhakti, we have to get more blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he came to deliver all the patita, anicha, because in this Kali Yuga, most of them are very fallen. And Srila Prabhupada says 99% are Naradhama. So, but Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are very merciful. They delivered even Jagai and Madai. So we have to take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to progress quickly in bhakti. And another point is, so the mind is very happy and also this is our original nature. The soul's original nature is Ananda. And Srila Prabhupada says it is our right to become very happy because Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha. He is reservoir of all bliss. So we as living entities, we also have the same quality, Satchit Ananda. Only by Bhakti Yoga we realize this Ananda portion. So anybody want to say in how many ways we can realize the Supreme Lord? In 3 different ways. So there are 3 different stages. Impersonal, first realization as impersonal, second Paramatma, and third Bhagavan. So this Bhagavan realization is realized only by doing Bhakti Yoga, because in Bhakti Yoga we realize our original Ananda feature. So in other 2 realizations are incomplete and there is no Ananda part realization. And also in that verse Lord Krishna says Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu, and no na sochati na kankshati. So when we come to that mode of goodness stage, there is no hankering and no lamentation. When we are in lower modes, always we hanker for something which we don't possess, or we lament for anything. But when we come to mode of goodness, so in that undisturbed stage only we can do bhakti, because with disturbed mind we cannot do bhakti. Only with the undisturbed mind we can do bhakti. And also the next line says Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhakti Labate Param. So when we are equally disposed towards living and all living entities, at that stage we attain pure devotional service to the Lord. So this is a very important quality. And in one of the purports, Srila Prabhupada says, like Srila Viswanath Chakravarti Thakura also says, when we simply worship the deity in the temple, but we are not respecting the other devotees, that is the lowest stage in bhakti. We have to come above that stage to get pure devotional service. Because in 5th canto also, Rishabdeva says to his sons, because every living entity is an abode of Krishna, because Krishna is present in all our hearts as Paramatma. So if we offer respect to them, we are offering respect to Krishna. So that is why we should not envy any living entity. In that stage we come to pure devotional service. And here it is given Bhagavat Bhakti Yogataha. So Bhakti Yoga, so the devotional service, Lord Krishna says, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati, only by devotional service I will be revealed. And if we want to go to spiritual world also, only we have to do this Bhakti Yoga. With other things like Gnana Yoga, one can merge into the Brahman effulgence, but that is not a secure position, because there is no Ananda, there is no other devotees, because they have not taken shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. There is no happiness and they again fall down into this material world. So that is why we have to take the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. And the most important thing in this bhakti is loving exchange between us and the Lord. So in Isopanishad it is said, why Supreme Lord is maintaining all living entities? He wants to derive the pleasure out of our affection. So the most important thing is we have to develop love and affection for the Lord. And this devotional service can be executed in 9 different processes. Anybody want to say that sloka?
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Vandanam, Arjanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanvidanam.
Yes. When we do this 9 process, we come to that Suddha Sattva stage. And also when we follow 4 regulative principles nicely, we can easily execute these 9 different types of devotional service. And also in 6th chapter, Lord Krishna says, this Bhakti Yoga is the topmost. And he says, Yoginam api sarvesham matkatin antaratmavan sraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. One who is always thinking of me and worshipping me with great faith, they are topmost yogis. And also in Narada Muni gave this definition of bhakti. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam hrishikena hrishikesasya sevanam bhakti ruttama. So generally in this material world we all are having different designations. We identify ourselves with this body. I belong to a particular family, particular nation, like that. But bhakti means we have to be freed from all these designations and we have to identify ourselves as servants of Krishna. So with that purified consciousness, if we engage all our senses in Krishna's service, that is called bhakti. And in one of the sloka, Lord Krishna says, even if one sense is engaged in sense gratification, one fall downs from the transcendental position. As in the case of Ambarish Maharaj, we have to engage all our senses in the service of the Lord. And this bhakti is a very easy process to approach the Supreme Lord. So by doing any one of these 9 types of devotional service, we immediately come in contact with Krishna. And in Bhakti, 12th chapter, Lord Krishna says, if someone takes to this Bhakti Yoga with full faith, with their minds fixed on me, I myself became a swift deliverer from this ocean of birth and death. So Srila Prabhupada gave a very nice example. Like when a small child is completely cared by the parents, there is no need to worry. They are very confident that my parents will take care of me. So similarly, when we take shelter of Krishna by this Bhakti Yoga, our position is secure. So Krishna is giving that I myself become a deliverer and I deliver from this material ocean. As told by Krishna in 9th chapter also, even if there are some accidental fall downs due to our past sinful habits, Krishna excuses us and purifies us from that abomination. Apichetsu duracharu bhajate mamananyabhak. And in the next verse also, Lord Krishna is assuring through Arjuna, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma sasvat santim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanahi name bhakta pranasyati. So my devotee will never perish. Krishna is giving that. And I would like to add some glories of Bhakti Yoga. So Krishna is all attractive, but devotional service is more attractive than Krishna because it is his own internal potency. And there are some examples to glorify the path. There are some beautiful pastimes of the Lord. So once Narada Muni went to Yudhishthir Maharaj and glorified him. You all are great devotees, Pandavas. You attracted the Lord with your devotion. Even though the Supreme Lord is so grateful, he so great, he became your servitor, friend, everything. Then Yudhishthir Maharaj said, no, I am not a devotee. Prahlad Maharaj is a great devotee. So this is the nature of pure devotion. A pure devotee never thinks himself as great. He always glorifies other devotees. So here Yudhishthir Maharaj is glorifying Prahlad Maharaj. And then Narada Muni glorified, but you Pandavas, with your pure devotion, Krishna is so much attracted. He became your chariot driver, personal friend and servitor. So that is the glory of bhakti. It attracts the Supreme Lord. And also, I would like to add another beautiful pastime of Anantalvar. So Anantalvar is a great devotee of Lord Venkateswara. His spiritual master is Ramanujacharya in Sri Sampradaya. So once Sri Ramanujacharya asked him to raise a beautiful flower garden for the Lord. So at the time his wife was pregnant, Anantalvara's wife. So and she was carrying the mud and she was feeling very tough because she was pregnant. The Supreme Lord wanted to help her, so he came in the form of a small boy and he started helping her. But Anantalvar didn't like it because he doesn't want to take help from anyone because that service is given to him by his spiritual master. Then he asked the boy, please go away, but that boy didn't listen. So he threw an iron rod and hit him in his chin. So immediately that boy disappeared and then Anantalvar again went to temple. Then he saw the blood is coming from the Lord's chin. Then he realized, oh, it was Lord Venkateswara who came in the form of a small boy. Then he felt so much repentance and begged forgiveness. Then Lord replied, I was so much attracted by your pure devotion. And also he told that I keep this then he applied some camphor to the Lord's chin. Then he told, I keep this mark of camphor forever as a mark of your pure devotion for me. So till today, every day they apply camphor to the Lord's chin, and also we can see that that rod which he hit the boy. That rod is still hanging in the temple in the right side of the wall. So in that way, Lord is so much attracted by bhakti. The devotee wants to serve the Lord. At the same time, Lord also wants to serve his devotee. So that is the beauty of loving exchange between the Lord and devotee. And here it is given Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam. So Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam means signs of the Lord. So this signs of the Lord is very, very confidential. And in second canto, Lord Krishna says to Brahma, this is very, very confidential. One has to receive this through disciplic succession from spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada says, it is not that I directly learn about Supreme Lord. It's not possible. Without caring for spiritual master, I just try to go to understand Krishna. That is not possible. We have to, the more we go down, and Srila Prabhupada says, we have to become servant of the Supreme Lord. We have to go 100 times down. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Gopi Bhatyu Pada Kamala Dasa 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 Nuyur. And Srila Prabhupada says, husband has to become 100 times servant of Krishna, and woman has to become servant of her husband. So in that way, we have to receive this bhakti through a bona fide spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada says, daily we sing in Guru Vandana, Sri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakati Satma. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are abode of that pure bhakti. Only by his mercy we cross this material world. And also Chakshudhan Diloje. By his mercy, the transcendental knowledge comes in our heart. And Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasado. When spiritual master is pleased, we will be pleased. So in 4th chapter also Lord Krishna says, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te gnanam gnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. When we approach the spiritual master and serve them sincerely and humbly, then the spiritual master so mercifully gives their blessings. If one have sincere faith in the Supreme Lord and Krishna, all the Vedic knowledge is revealed unto them automatically. So when we have that mercy of spiritual master, everything becomes easy. Even following 4 regulative principles, everything becomes easy when we have that sincere surrender at the lotus feet of the spiritual master. And also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, only a fortunate living entity gets this Bhakti Lata. By the mercy, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Guru Krishna Krupai Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. By the mercy of the Lord and spiritual master, only a very fortunate soul gets this bhakti. And this Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam is, from this Srimad Bhagavatam we understand the signs of the Supreme Lord. That is why 18,000 verses are given in Srimad Bhagavatam to understand the Lord. And this Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna, and it connects us with Krishna. So this is relishable both by neophyte devotees and as well as Paramahamsa devotees. And also I would like to add the rarity of the bhakti. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains. So among many millions and trillions of living entities, there are human beings are very rare. And in that human beings also, there are civilized and uncivilized. Most of them, they don't believe in scriptures, they don't follow scriptures, they live like animal kind of life. And in the other human beings also, again they are divided. Most of them, they take to that karma kanda activities, for fruitive activities, going to heavenly planets. Or else even of other section, they go until to gnana kanda. They realize they are not this body, they are spirit soul. They are called gnanis. But among the liberated souls also, again pure devotees are very, very rare. So pure devotees, they take to bhakti without any motive, only for pleasure of the Lord. So Krishna bhaktas are very, very rare, and their only desire is to advance in Krishna consciousness and to please the Lord. So they are called pure devotees. They are very, very merciful, and also I would like to add this pastime, like in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a great devotee, Vasudeva Datta. He is an incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj. When Supreme Lord appeared in front of him, he prayed to the Lord, so please kindly deliver all these suffering souls. I will take their sinful reactions. If they are not qualified to deliver, I will suffer on behalf of them. So Lord, please kindly liberate all of them. So such is the mercy of a pure devotee. So when one comes to that pure devotional platform, they become Paradukke Dukki and Parasuke Sukhi. So they pray to God. So that is why we often we every day pray this Vancha Kalpatarobhyasya Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha. So the devotees are full of that Krupa for the conditioned souls. And here it is given, the next line says Mukta Sangasya Jayate. So by reading Srimad Bhagavatam and by doing deity worship and by chanting, we will raise ourselves above the three modes. We come above the three modes. So generally when we are in the conditioned state, sometimes we are in ignorance, sometimes passion, sometimes goodness. So always these modes are changing. But Srila Prabhupada says, when we sincerely take the instructions of our spiritual master as life and soul, when we chant 16 rounds and when we follow 4 regulative principles, gradually we will come to this Suddha Sattva stage and Krishna reveals himself to us. So one can understand this Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana when they are raised above to the three modes. So one has to rise from Brahmanical platform to Vaishnava platform. Then only they can understand the Supreme Lord. So I would like to conclude the session so when we sincerely take shelter of the holy name and our spiritual master, and by chanting and taking association of devotees, and especially reading Srila Prabhupada's books. So Srila Prabhupada took lot of hardships to write these books, and our Guru Maharaj says whenever he feels tired due to travel and all, just he sit down and read these books. Srila Prabhupada books for 10 or 15 minutes, he said he immediately feels so much rejuvenation. So because in this material world, our minds are mostly filled with so many material experiences. Because we are in this material world for many lifetimes, our minds are filled with so many material experiences. That material experiences will be replaced by this Krishna pastimes. Then we get the strength to fight with Maya. Then we will be insulated ourselves from this Maya. And also I would like to add regarding chanting. So which type of chanting is beneficial, loud chanting or soft?
Loud.
Yes. So loud chanting, once Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur was asked by someone, why loud chanting is more beneficial? Then he said, when we chant loudly, even all the microorganisms, whether moving or non-moving, they also get purified by this vibration. So when we bring other souls close to Krishna, Krishna will be more pleased and he forgives our offenses also. So generally in material world, competition means we always try to pull down others. We feel if they excel us, that will be something detrimental to our progress. But bhakti life is exactly opposite. When we help others, when we pray for others, Krishna will be more pleased and give more mercy to us. And this chanting of the holy name is not material, it is directly coming from Goloka Vrindavan. And Srila Rupa Goswami says there is unlimited bliss in these two syllables, Krishna. So Ananda Simanoi Nirananda Durejai. So there is this is Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. The happiness we get by bhakti it's increasing, always increasing and unbreakable. In Nectar of Devotion also, this happiness is there are three types of happiness. Happiness derived by material enjoyment, happiness derived by merging into the impersonal Brahman, and happiness derived by pure devotional service. So if a devotee gets even a little bit of taste for this pure bhakti, then that is when any other happiness is insignificant to them. Whatever happiness is there, material enjoyment or impersonal merging, it is very, very insignificant to them. So that is the glory of pure devotional service. Yeah, thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. All glories to our Guru Maharaj. Without their mercy, I cannot do anything. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Any questions? Questions? Reflections? Sorry.
Thank you, Mathaji. Very no words, but I have a question: is define bhakti more clearly?
What define bhakti?
Bhakti more.
Bhakti means sure. Bhakti means always service, activity. It's not like sitting silently and doing some meditation. It's a practical service. Like how a mother serves the child with love and affection. So the love present in the spiritual world is similar to the love present between a mother and child in this material world. So how a mother serves the child with spontaneous love and affection. So bhakti means always service to the Supreme Lord with all our senses. Because Krishna is our Supreme Father, unfortunately we forgot him. So he is anxiously waiting when we turn to him. Because he feels more sorry to see our sufferings than us, because he is our Supreme Father.
Anybody else? Reflections?
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. Very nicely you explained. I was just thinking, my reflection was whether it is a child or an adult, Krishna has given a lot of ways how we can do bhakti. So when you said that, like the 9 Govita bhaktis, and also like how you gave 2 analogies like mother. So I think we just have to remember by what we are doing, this is like a type of bhakti. And I was just thinking like how we can be even more practically. You know, whole day we are doing whatever work or done, and morning, small day, worship. So one reflection that I got is whatever we are doing, if we can think that we are doing this as a bhakti to Krishna, then we feel very happy. But when we get so busy, my question is, we even forget that it's also like a form of bhakti. I don't know if I made my question clear.
Sorry, Mathaji. Can you ask again? I don't understand.
When busy, at the time of busy, if whatever we are doing, how to know that is bhakti?
Yes. Yes.
So like in Bhakti Yoga,
Forgetting maybe at the time of busy we may forget, right? Krishna.
What I do is I always in my mind I sing some bhajans of Vaishnava Acharyas to get enthusiasm, Mathaji. Like Chaitanya, like in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are so many bhajans for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Some kirtan like Parama Karuna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More. So sometimes I feel I'm not getting that much enthusiasm. I do that, but even though you are working busy, you are engaging that in Krishna service only. So Srila Prabhupada says the householder's duty is to engage whatever money they earn to worship the Lord in a very opulent way at their home. So what, even though you are busy while doing office work, the end product you are using to worship your Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. So you can think like that. Yeah. But please ask other senior devotees here. I am not qualified.
You answered my question. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. I'm really delighted to hear from you. Very nice pastimes of Anantarvar from Mathaji, and also the loving exchange between the Lord and the devotees. That's really very nice. And the thorough confirmation that only by bhakti, pure bhakti, without any undisturbed mind, we can approach Krishna. Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
What I learned today is that one of the best ways to recognize Krishna in like our day-to-day, everyday lives is to simply just keep remembering him. And like you said, and there's like numerous ways to remember him. For anyone who comes from anywhere, just to remember him is one of the best things you can do to recognize him in your life.
Reflection.
I think it was like I actually had a question which was in this materialistic world where, as my mom, it was similar to my mom. So we have work, we have college, we have all these things. At this time, how we can remember Krishna, which you answered. And then I think my takeaway actually was the chanting part, which you were saying. Because when I chant, I always do chant like just to myself. But now I feel like I should start saying it out loud, because that way I'm not only gaining from it, but maybe one other person could as well.
Yes, thank you.
Krishna, I like when you talked about how not only do we as devotees love Krishna, but Krishna also like has that same admiration and respect to his devotees, and that it's like a symbiotic relationship, like together. It's not one-sided.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. Hare Krishna. Wonderful speech. We just learned. Okay. Today we just learned about loud chanting. About. You explained very well. Nice speech. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I very much enjoyed the point you made about how chanting loudly helps others, and helping others is what the Lord ultimately wants. Because I think that one thing we often forget is that despite humans competing against each other, or all the fighting that happens in the world, what the Lord ultimately wants to see is everyone helping each other, getting along, and that is very important to remember during our worship.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You made a lot of points. I remember a couple of them. If you go to temple, worship deity, but don't respect devotees, that's not a good thing. Also, Lord also want to serve the good devotees, and like we should surrender our all sense in service of God. That's all.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji.
Hare Krishna.
It's really so wonderful. Whatever I heard about this, you are so inspirable, everything.
All glories to our Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, it's really, you are the perfect disciple of our Guru Maharaj.
Please
and
bless
I
me.
see what the Spiritual Mataji asks you something about the how do you practice your devotional service in your home? You said you are just practicing for this, some Acharya Bhajan or Kirtan. Yes, Prabhupada said exactly same thing. He said Sravanam and Kirtanam, this is the first priority. You are just doing everything is perfect. And your answer also perfect. Thank you. It's really, I am very, very helpful for all everything devotional. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mathaji. It was a wonderful class. Yeah, it was not feel like you were giving the class for the first time. It will feel like you used to giving class. And I like when you mention we have to be a servant of the you have to go 100 downwards. That point I really like. And we have to make that, habit.
Yes.
It's really hard sometimes.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada says if we identify directly as servant of Krishna, that is Maya. If we directly someone thinks I am a Soda, I am a Gopi, that is an offense, and in material world we should not think like that. We serve in Dasya Bhava until revealed to us whichever other rasa we have. First we have to be in the servant attitude.
We always want respect, but we have to, learn how to give respect to others. That should be our mode. Thank you, Mathaji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. Thank you for the class. Today I understood that the human form is very lucky to have, and also having a knowledge of Krishna. So you should use it, and to progress further, you should have a spiritual master, so you can get the knowledge directly from them. Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mathaji, for this nice class. Thank you for driving us to different verses starting from Bhagavad Gita to Upanishad, and you give a nice example about Alvar. And nice to hear you. We want you to hear from you again and again. To make the class interactive by asking different questions, so the audience is awake and they are into the lecture, right? So, and the point reflection I like is this knowledge which you talk about is positive scientific knowledge. It's not a sentiment. That's what Prabhupada said, right? We are not a sentimentalist. It's a positive knowledge. And through experiment we can get there. Like the material knowledge, when we read some theory, we do some practicals and we get the results. So similarly, if you read the Prabhupada books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, applying our knowledge, definitely we will see the results. So thank you, Mother. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji. Another point I like, Mathaji, like in a materialistic world, people always compete or jealous. But in Krishna consciousness or in a devotional service, I'm right. If you pray for someone behalf, the Krishna will be much more pleased.
Yes.
So that is the really good example to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's hear from her husband.
Thank you, very, very wonderful class.
Glories to Srila Prabhupada and blessings of Vaishnavas.
Only if you say that you'll get dinner.
Yeah, what I liked is the Krishna Bhaktas are very rare. So, Manushyānam Sahasreshu, we got this human form of life after many, many births. And also becoming a Krishna Bhakta, that becoming a devotee of Krishna is very, very rare. That I like.
Yes. Our Guru Maharaj also says we are all very fortunate to associate with devotees, because devotees are very, very rare. Yes, thank you.
Anybody else? Ashok Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mathaji, nice class, Mathaji. Like you said, we have to be 100 times more. We have to go down to serve the servants of the servants of Krishna to get Krishna's mercy. Similarly, I was reading recently one small picture, going through that, and it says the tree and the roots. The tree wants to grow taller and taller and stronger. The roots has to go down, 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 so that the tree will be stronger and then more sturdy. So if somebody wants to grow up in the Krishna conscious, your roots should be so strong in serving devotees. That's what I felt.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mathaji. Wonderful. So my reflection is that love chanting, what you said, that is most important, because until we chant, we don't get taste for any other. Now, we might read, but we might forget most of the things. But if you chant, your intelligence is sharpened, and we can as well remember more about scriptures when you hear. So, root base is the chanting, love chanting. Yeah, thank you very much. A big round of applause to Mathaji. You know her spiritual master? She has been talking about spiritual master, right? Who is that? Sriradhe Sravani Maharaj ki jai. And also
Sriradhe Sravani Mathaji ki jai.
yeah. Also, just to mention that she gives classes. Here it might be first time, but she gives classes to various groups. Ladies Mathaji's group, she gives classes. So if you want to listen to her, you can get into those groups. Is that okay?
No, Prabhuji. I just read with my sister sometimes and with our Bhakti Vriksha devotees weekly once. Yes.
Prabhuji, we can give more here.
Yeah. So, thank you again.
So that wonderful pastime of Anantalvar. So whenever we go to Tirumala, when we see Lord Balaji, Venkateswara, so we see that camphor. So that is how Lord remembers his pure devotee. So that's a very wonderful pastime. Thank you.
Thank you. So, kids, ready? Yes, please. It's kids' time. Come here.
Kama esa, Krodha esa, Vajraguna samudbhava, Mahasano mahapapam, Vijti ena bihavirinam. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is thus only Arjuna which is born from contact of the material modes of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the most devouring sinful enemy of this world. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajaguna Samudbhavaha Mahashanu Mahapapma Vidyanam Iha Vairinam. Translation: the Supreme Master, it is lust alone which is one of contact with the modes of passions and later transformed anger. Know that this and sinful, all devouring enemies in the world. Kameresha Krodesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaha Mahashana Mahapapma Vidhi Ema Enam Ihavarinam. The Supreme Personality of God said, it is lust only Arjuna which is born with in contact with the material mode of passion, which is later transformed into a wrath, and it is all
Devouring enemies.
Devouring the enemies of the world.
God
एषा क्रोध एषा रजोगुणः समुद्भवः महाशानो महापापा vidhi iha verinam. It is thus only Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and is later transformed into wrath, which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajoganasam. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajoganasam Udbhavaha Mahasana Mahapama Vidyenam Inavairinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "It is lust only Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion, which is later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of the world."
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kama Esha Kuda Esha Rajaguna Samabhava Mahasana Mahapapna Vidyana Iha Vairinam.
Kama esha, krodha esha, yajoguna, samudbhava, mahasano, mahapatma, madvenam,
God had said, it is lust only which is born of the influence of the material mode of passion and is into wrath. It is the all-devouring sinful and Kama esha kuda esha rajogana samudbhava mahashano mahapapma vidhi enam varinam. The personality of God had said, it is lust which is the material mode of passion, which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world.
Kama Esha Krodha Esha Rajaguna Samudbhava Mahashana Mahapapna Vidayam Iha Varyanam.
Hare Krishna. These are the Srila Prabhupada quotes of the day from this week, from May 12th, written on May 12th in Bombay. So Srila Prabhupada, just work in such a way that God may see you. This is the Krishna consciousness movement. Everyone is busy to see God. Of course, it is not so easy to see God, but a devotee is not busy to see God, but he wants God to see him. On May 15th in Los Angeles, Srila Prabhupada said, "The soul already has a spiritual body, which material body covers. My material body grows upon me, my spiritual body, but my material body is unnatural. The real body is spiritual.
I am accepting various bodies that are unnatural to my constitution. My real constitutional position is to be the servant of Krishna. In a letter written on May 14th, Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna's Leela in Vrindavana is Prakata or manifest Leela, and same is going on eternally in the spiritual realm, which is known as Aprakata or non-manifest. Krishna's planet and Krishna's pastimes are going on eternally, and the same is manifested before the conditioned souls at an interval. Once in one day of Brahma, exactly as the sun is visible for 12 hours once in a 24-hour cycle of day and night. When the sun is visible, it is called prakata, and when the sun is not visible, that is called aprakata or unmanifested. Non-manifested, therefore, does not mean that there is no existence. The terms are used in relation to the visibility or non-visibility to the limited conditioned souls. On May 15th, Srila Prabhupada said, if you get 1,000 of rupees, 10 rupees is already there. If you get Krishna, then you get all perfection. On May 16th, Srila Prabhupada said, when we are spiritually perfect, we develop the spiritual form to live eternally in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, there are exactly the same things as we see here, namely the land, water, trees, birds, beasts, human beings, etc. And all of them are spiritual as all the varieties here are material. On May 17th, in a letter written in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada says, if death takes place, there's nothing to be said anew. Whatever I have to speak, I have spoken in my books. Now you try to understand it and continue your endeavor. Whether I am present or not present, it doesn't matter. As Krishna is living eternally, similarly, living being also lives eternally. But one who has done service to the Lord lives forever. So you have been taught to serve Krishna, and with Krishna we live eternally. Our life is eternal. A temporary disappearance of this body doesn't matter. Body is meant for disappearance, so live forever by serving Krishna. Lastly, on May 18th, in a letter written by Srila Prabhupada, he says, now I have come back to my home, Vrindavana. If anything should go wrong, at least I will be here in Vrindavana. Vrindavana is for residence, Bombay is office for organization, and Mayapur is for worship of the Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mr. Mathaji. So we will end the program here. Before that, I would announce that tomorrow is Ekadashi, right? What Ekadashi? Mohini Ekadashi, right? And coming up is a big festival at the temple. What is that? When is that? 22nd? What day is that? Wednesday. 22nd. So it's a big program. Please try to attend. Also on June 8th. What is special on June 8th? We are Pratyatra. So, as I mentioned in the WhatsApp group, that we are going by van, 2 vans. So there's one last seat open. Already 29 seats are booked out of 30 seats. So only one. So if anybody is interested, you can join us. Okay? Thank you. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Samraj Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Vidya Jadendriya Taheka Jiva Phile Sagare Tara Madhya Jivati Lobho Mai Sudurmati Taki Jeta Kutina Samsare Mai Koi Bada Jiva Jai Swaprasad Anadilo Bhai श्री अन्नामृत पाओ, श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ, प्रेम डाको चैतन्य निताय, जय निमाय जय निताय, जय चैतन्य नित्यानंद गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे। श्री राधा कृष्ण महाप्रसादम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। थैंक यू ऑनलाइन डिवोटीज, हरि बोल।